All righty, and we've got the key players to watch for on Alabama, Missouri on Saturday at noon Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Central Time. And for those that haven't been watching the Missouri Tigers, Kyle, who are the guys we need to look out for on offense exactly?
The big one is running back Ahmad Hardy. I mean, he's been just fantastic. I can't tell you the reaction.
I won't Hardy har at that one, that's for sure.
It's kind of hard to describe the reaction he gets in the press box just about every time he touches the ball because it's fantastic. He leads the country in missed tackles force, yards after contact. He was something like third or fourth in the country last year in missed tackles forced, especially if you only go with guys who played 12 games or numbers through 12 games. And it was behind Ashton Jonty. I mean, he was at that level, at a lower level of competition at Louisiana Monroe, but he's continued that level of production at Mizzou. And I'm excited to see what he's able to do against more SEC opponents. He had a fantastic game against South Carolina already. I think it was about 135 yards and a touchdown where it looked like he was fully stopped and flipped on his back on top of a defender and just turned over and ran through another defender immediately. So what he's been able to do is fantastic. The primary receiver to look out for is Kevin Coleman. He played for Mississippi State last year, I think was third team All SEC, got close to 1,000 yards and has been just a great kind of outlet for quarterback Bo Pribula, especially kind of on shorter routes. He's primarily in the slot and does a lot of kind of crossers or quick routes into the flat, that type of situation. And then I mentioned Bo Pribula. He's the quarterback. He's been incredibly accurate, but a little bit mistake prone. He's still new to starting games. He was at Penn State the last 3 years, was kind of the gadget quarterback the last two. So really the running option who would come in for Drew Aller once in a while. And this has been his first opportunity to play full games, so he's really played 2 full games and started 3 games that he sat the fourth quarter in because they were cupcake opponents. So he's still kind of learning on the fly a little bit about what it takes to start. But those mistakes have been a couple of interceptions. He had the fumble I mentioned against Kansas and then an interception each of the past 3 weeks. And they tend to come from him trying to do a little bit too much. Maybe extend a play a little bit too long, try to force a throw into tight coverage. His confidence has grown quickly because he's been very successful, and that's led to maybe a little bit of overconfidence at times. But like I said, that's still just kind of the learning on the fly, figuring out what he is and isn't capable of doing in each situation. And I think my expectation is he'll continue to improve.
Oh man, like I can't wait to see more magic from Bo. Like that's gonna be cool.
He's been really good. I mean, there was a little worry coming into the season because he hadn't really thrown the ball in a college game much. I mean, he had like one half that he played for Penn State because Aller got hurt against, it was either Wisconsin or Nebraska last year. So Bo played the second half and played really well, which was kind of the tape that made him an attractive target in the portal this offseason. And yeah, I mean, he's made a lot of throws that kind of, just put you on the front of your seat and you just go, wow, I haven't seen a Mizzou quarterback make that type of throw in a while. It's a little different than what Brady Cook was able to do the last couple of years.
Oh man, like I think like LT Overton can put a ton of pressure on Pribula. But it's going to be scary for Pribula because he'll be going up against Overton, London Simmons. I mean, Simmons, now he's a great dude right there. Like he's a massive one.
Yeah, I expect Bama should probably get a good amount of pressure on Pribula. There's the issues with the Mizzou offensive line mixed with Bama having probably the best defensive front seven that they've played so far. There's going to be moments where Pribula's under fire for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, Hardy, he's definitely got to look out for, and like you said, Coleman Jr.'s a guy to look out for.
Mhm.
But how are you feeling about the offensive line? Like, for those that are just tuning in on this clip of players to watch, who are the guys to look out for on offensive line?
So the primary offensive line this week will be probably Javen Richardson at left tackle, Dominic Jadis at left guard, Connor Tollison at center, Curtis Piegler at right guard, and Keegan Trost at right tackle. Left tackle might be Caden Green if he's healthy. If he's healthy, Caden Green's the one to know. He's the guy who, if he comes back from the injury that he suffered a couple of weeks ago and plays pretty well throughout the rest of the year, he could leave after his true junior season and probably be a relatively high NFL draft pick. He's got the body, got the strength, whatever you want to look for out of a tackle. He just needs to kind of continue to show that he can play tackle because he was at guard the last couple of years. He was stellar at guard last year, and looked to be kind of playing better at left tackle before the injury. But that the interior group, I like the names. I mean, Dominic Jadis has been in college football for a long time. This is kind of his first opportunity to really start. He was a transfer from Michigan. Connor Tollison has been Mizzou's starting center for 4 years. And Curtis Piegler, this is his first opportunity. He got that job when the Tigers moved Caden Green out to left tackle from left guard because they moved Jadis from right guard to left guard. Opened up the spot at right guard. Curtis Piegler moved in. And then Keegan Trost has been fantastic. He transferred from Wake Forest and has been really, really good. According to PFF, he's one of the higher graded tackles in the country pretty regularly the last few weeks.
Man, and the guys that we need to look out for on defense, who are they exactly?
As a pass rusher, it'd be Damon Wilson and Zion Young. They're both top 5 in pressures across the country this year. So been very good, but as we've talked about a couple times, against lesser opponents and offensive lines that are not going to be as much of a challenge as Alabama's. And then the biggest one who might jump off the screen at you is Josiah Trotter at linebacker, number 40. He transferred from West Virginia, was a freshman All-American last year, and has been absolutely fantastic. I mean, he leads the team in tackles for loss. He's just got a nose for finding his way into the backfield, especially on running plays. Has had a little bit of trouble in coverage when the Tigers have asked him to drop back a little bit. But he's a huge reason why the Tigers' run defense has been as good as it has been this year.
Oh man, like Trotter has just been amazing. Like wow.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
Man, I don't want to go against him. He'll chew me up like a chicken nugget. I tell you what.
He's a big dude. He's one of the intimidating guys when he stands in front of the media for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, good grief. It's like I don't want to get on his bad side.
No, definitely not.
Nope. But of course, like the Bama players to look out for as always are Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard, Isaiah Horton, because Horton hears the Tide calling for him. So it's like, how there's Horton hears who? Well, now we call it Horton hears the Tide.
Okay.
So and Joel Klatt basically calling Ty Simpson Ty Manning, but it's that's so funny right there.
I did see that.
Yeah,
I think Simpson and Ryan Williams could be set up for a pretty big day. I was talking earlier about the issues with deep coverage for Mizzou, and I think Williams is exactly the type of receiver that could cause them a lot of issues if the communication problems in the secondary, like I was talking about, haven't been resolved.
Oh man, and Jam Miller's definitely a guy to look out for. I mean, it's like every time Alabama's gotten their running game up, that's been helping.
Mm-hmm.
That was a massive key against Vanderbilt right there. Like Ty Simpson getting his game going and Jam Miller getting his game going. Like, oof.
Yeah, I mean, if Alabama's able to effectively run the ball, I think the Tide will look I mean, I don't know about dominant, but that will be a huge step to winning the game is if Alabama is able to effectively run the ball like it looks like they were able to against Vanderbilt, because that's such a key to Missouri's defense. Like, I'm fairly certain Alabama is going to be able to throw the ball very well. If they're also able to run pretty well, that means Mizzou's not getting many stops.
No. Yeah, because I mean, I'm looking at the stats from Alabama against Florida State. We had 87 rushing yards, right? And that was a big key as to why that was one of the big keys as to why we lost. And then you got 212 rushing yards against Louisiana Monroe. I mean, I get it, it's Louisiana Monroe. You got Wisconsin, and we had 72 rushing yards. Not good, but okay. And Georgia, we had 119 rushing yards total, way better than against Wisconsin. But then last week, 146 rushing yards, especially 136 from Jam Miller. And Coach Burt's asking, what are they going to do when Proctor lines up a quarterback? It's like,
I thought about asking that in Drinkwitz's press conference today because Mizzou hasn't seen a running back or a quarterback that size. So, that would be a bit of a different look. He'd probably be hard to bring down.
Oh, man. And Zachary says Simmons is a stud and only a freshman. No doubt about that. I mean, like, bro has stepped up has done a huge job stepping up this season, especially when we've had injuries this season. James Smith on defense is definitely a guy to be looking out for, because it sucked that we didn't have him last week in the first half because that targeting call against Georgia. But then he comes back, for the second half. Boom, we're rocking and rolling. I mean, that whole defense shut out Vandy in the second half.
It seemed like the run defense really locked it down in the second half against Vanderbilt.
100% Cuevas is an X factor right there. It's like, man, he's been huge. I want to see if we'll see some more big man plays from Proctor, kind of like how we did against Georgia and Vandy. Like that'll be fun to see. Who knows? Maybe they'll put it in the top 10 plays for Sports Center. So there's that. But I'm excited about the players to watch for. But I will keep my eye on Ahmad Hardy.
He's definitely the big one.
I don't want to get on his bad side. I'm not going to make him mad. But I'm not going to underestimate him either.